Just keep your eyes closed. Yes. I hope until you come to this place, you are maintaining silence as far as possible. These days I am not telling you to, asking you to be keeping quiet, because I think by now we should have understood the importance of not speaking and consciously observing your every thought and movement outside. As we saw in the text, yogasya prathamadvaram vak nirodha, the first gate to this absolute wisdom is vak nirodha. Almost the cessation of speech, not to talk for some time. Should not be taken into extreme where you do not say anything at all, but whatever you say, it must be very conscious speech, and see that it is needed to be spoken. If you keep quiet, and there is silence outside, you are not producing any sound, and there is stillness of the dawn. You can clearly hear or listen to your mind, which will make you conscious. Because as when thoughts appear and you are aware, when the thoughts slow down, you are with yourself. Though it is always there in the beginning stages, because of your habitual identification with thoughts, speeches, and action, not many people are aware of themselves. Just like I've given you the examples. By listening to so many speeches, you are not aware of your ears. Seeing so many things, not aware of your eyes. While eating so much of food, never aware of your tongue. While dealing with so many thoughts, not many are aware of the consciousness awareness that they are. So when you consciously choose not to talk and direct your attention within, you see clearly, Esha Swayam Jyoti Antaratma, yourself, Swayam Jyoti, self-luminous. To remember something when you need a thought, to be conscious, you don't need any thought. Nor you need any sense organ. To perceive, to hear, taste, touch, smell, I need a sense organ. To be conscious, I don't need a sense organ, or else blind man shall be unconscious. Deaf shall be unconscious. See the beauty of it. Even the blind, the deaf, the dumb, they are conscious. It's instantaneous. You are yourself. More and more you are abiding in yourself. You shall enjoy your conscious involvement with your thoughts, your speeches, your actions. They shall be most graceful of activities. There is no unconscious speech. Nothing is uglier than unconscious action. Because when you act unconsciously, if it is not accepted by others, resented by others, rebuffed by others, you feel affected, unhappy, sad, resentful. You don't give the freedom to the other person. You expect everybody to like whatever you say or do. But you don't know what you are saying. You don't know what you are doing. So it becomes ugly, unconscious action. Every conscious action is beautiful. It doesn't put pressure either on the doer or for whom it is done. Just see that. Always in meditation. Esa swayam jyoti ajasram vilasati. The self-luminous awareness endlessly shines in one's own being. Just see that, please. Om Sarva Vedanta Siddhante Gocharam Tamagocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmyaham. See that, friends, and as I'm telling you, please, every day, even if I don't tell you, until you come to class, see that you don't engage yourself in unconscious speeches, arguments, discussions, but spend the time with yourself. That is why this morning hour is given for you to chant, do your exercise, keep your physically fit. I told you it's not that I want to sleep and therefore you are doing this. No. I'm up by 4:15, go for my walk. So many things to be done. When you get up in the morning, you get a long day. You finish up everything in first 1 or 2 hours for whatever you want to do for yourself. The rest of the time is for others. You think, read, write, get yourself involved in so many activities. Because it's like you're watering a plant. If you pour the water on the root, the whole tree grows up. If you sprinkle water on the surface, on the leaves, the tree will die. When you are listening, words and other things, it's very good. But so many of it, as though you are bathing with that. When you think, it's like getting into the root. By covering yourself with a book, if you sleep, you will not get wisdom. You listen, read, and take it within. Again, that also will not be wisdom if you have some more thoughts for some time. Then you will forget it, like university studies. You pick up some information for a few years, after some time it's all forgotten. Going to the root. Being in meditation, you see the truth of every statement you have been listening to. Then your whole personality blossoms. What you hear, what you see, what you taste, what you touch, how you interact with people. There will be no sense of selfishness anymore. Because you are so much bubbling with yourself, with pleasure, happiness, joy, contentment. You can't hurt people, you can't affect people. Impossible. So do that for yourself again and again. Very, very important, friends. As I told you, this time will not come back. Once you get involved with activities, you may find it difficult to find time for yourself. If you are smart, you will always find time. That's why you get up early. First 1 or 2 hours for yourself. Watering the root every day. So throughout the day, whenever you get a chance, you are again withdraw from everything. But when you are conscious, even while acting, while interacting, you are always with yourself. And that is why I told you yesterday, you don't get exhausted at the end of the day. The sign of your conscious action is you are an untiring personality, always fresh, ready to move. Especially when your body is young, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, slow down, 70, 80. You may slow, but that's not truth. Because if you keep yourself fit, everything moves. But still, after some time, you cannot escape the ravages of the aging. Body will slow down. But your spirit, indomitable. Nothing puts it down. You are always happy with yourself. Are you getting that? So please do that. Now read the verses. We shall see. 384. Dehendriya prana manohamadivi Swagyana krutteirakhilai upadivi Vimuktamatmanamakhanda rupam Purnam mahakasamivāvalokayet Ghatakalasakusu wait. Ghatakalasakusula suchimukhyai Gaganamupadi satir vimuktamekam Bhavatina vividham tathaiva shuddham Paramahamadi vimuktam ekameva. Right. So here he says, please see the last verse as you saw. Deha, Indriya, Prana, Mana, Ahamadivihi, Ajnana Krutei, Ajnana Kalpiteihi, Akhila Upadivihi, Vimuktam. You are free from Akhila Upadi, all these Upadi, limiting adjuncts. It's a rumba difficult translation. Limiting adjuncts, adjuncts. But Upadi in Sanskrit, please understand that word, remember the definition. Upadi means Upa Samipe Sthitva Swiyam rupam anyam adadhati iti upadhi. This is the Sanskrit definition. Very beautiful. Upa samipe sthitva. Upa means samipa, nearby. Sthitva, existing. Upa samipe sthitva, existing nearby. Swiyam rupam, one's own form, name, limitation. Anyam adadhati, imposes upon others, meaning gives into others. That is known as the upadhi. Just like in front of a crystal, there is a red flower. Now this is the red flower. If you hold a crystal in front of it, now the crystal will look red. Are you getting that? The crystal is pure crystal, no color of its own. The red color is the upadhi. Upa samipe sthitva, existing by the side of the crystal. Swayam rupam, its own form, shape, name, color. Anyam adadhati, it gives it to the crystal. Not that it gives to the crystal, crystal takes it. Are you getting that? In front of the crystal, when you keep it, the color is reflected. When the color is reflected, what will say? Oh, red crystal. It's not red crystal. Crystal is colorless, but looks red. You take away the yellow flower, puts on a yellow one, yellow crystal. Take away the yellow one, put up a green one, green crystal. But crystal is colorless. Exactly like the same thing. You are pure crystal of consciousness. Swayam jyotihi vimukta purnam mahakasamiva avalokayat. Look at yourself as pure space. You are pure crystal of consciousness, on which deha, indriya, prana, mano, buddhi, ahankara adivihi. These are the upadhihi. Body exists, I am conscious of it, then I drag the body onto myself. Body is not imposing, I drag the body onto myself. Now I am with the sense organ, body is forgotten, sense organ, cannot see, hear, cannot hear. Thoughts of various kinds, I forgotten body, forgotten my sense organ, I am lost in my thought. Thoughts are gone, I thought comes up, there is no thought whatsoever. I am feeling empty, I thought. So in consciousness, all these things happen. Just like pure crystal is pure crystal, even when it reflects the color. Are you getting that beauty? The pure crystal is pure crystal, even when it is reflecting the color. Not that for crystal to be crystal, color should not be there. Are you getting that? Even if there is a color, crystal is crystal. That is the beauty. What is freedom? Freedom means, are you getting that? Who is the master? There is no car on the road, I am alone. What type of master driver? I am ace driver. What is the ace driver? There is nobody. I am alone. So can go anywhere. That is not master driving. Ace driver is when hundreds of cars, bumper to bumper traffic, but you don't touch anybody. Master driver. I am a free person. Why? Nobody, no mind, no thought, nobody, nothing in this world. Then what type of freedom is that? Freedom is, I am free. Why? Even if there is body. In spite of limitation, in spite of surrounded by limitations, I am not limited. Surrounded by so-called temptations, I am not tempted. Have you committed theft? Never. Why? Never got a chance. Useless. Have you committed theft? Never. Why? Even if there are a million chances to steal something, I never stole. Fantastic person you are. You have chances to commit mischief, but you don't do it. The other day, I was in Israel. There is a marriage, no? Our Shahar is marriage. So, after the marriage over, they were celebrating. What do they celebrate that Sunday? What do they say? Sabbath. Sabbath. That's a Jewish celebration, Sabbath. So after the marriage, the first Sabbath, the bride and bridegroom, they have to do. So the whole society, community, everybody comes. And in a Sabbath, the celebration is bread and wine. You have to take, there will be freshly baked bread from the home they would have brought, and wine also. So everybody has to take a little wine and So one person was giving wine. I had also a glass. I was sitting down there with everybody, enjoying what's going on. Then, of course, Sahar was very sweet. Before anybody comes, he has already given me a apple juice in the small glass. I am holding it, keeping it. Then the other person said, "Oh, Swamiji, he knows that." So he's teasing me. He's one of his friends. "Swamiji, what about wine?" I said, "No." Then he says, "Don't worry, in that apple." Just making a fun. Put it in the apple and drink it. I am not going to tell anybody. Nobody will know. I said, I will know, enough. That is the best safeguard. Don't say nobody will know. You will know. And that will haunt you. Others knowing, not knowing makes no difference. Do you understand the point? Because people think, if others don't know, I am safe. Hey, you know. So it will kill you. It's like you tell a lie. You know. Others may not know. You commit a theft. You know. Others don't know. It kills you. So not that I cannot do it. I don't do it. Why? Happy, contented with myself. Understand? So this sensor, please, these upadhis, by themselves, they don't impose. It is there, I am playing with it, but I am not affected by it. Vimuktaha, free. Akashavat, like a space, avalokayet, look at yourself as space. So it doesn't get affected by the upadhi. And what are the upadhis? Next verse he says, Ghata kalasa kusula suchi mukhe gaganam upadhi satir vimuktam ekam. Gagana, the space, ekam, one without a second, ekam. Upadhi sati vimuktam, free from hundreds of upadhis. What are they? Ghata. There are different types of pots. Kalasa, holy pots. Kusula, grain pots. Suchimukha, there is a, suchi means needle. The back of the needle there is a hole, a small hole. Big grain pot, where the grains are stored, huge one. A holy pot, kalasa, ghata, ordinary pot. In all these things, akasa is same. Space is same. But the space is not affected by the small needle, big storage of grain, that pot that holds the grains, an ordinary pot or a holy pot. The space remains space. Na vividham bhavati tathaiva suddham. So akasana vividham bhavati. The space does not become of different kinds. Tathaiva, in the same way, Shuddham Chaitanyam Param Ahamadi Vimuktameva. Aham Param Shuddham, pure consciousness, available at all times, all places, all conditions, remains unaffected by Deha, Indriya, Prana, Mana, Buddhi, Ahankara, Divi. With all these upadhis are there, but I am not affected by it. Just like the actor playing the hundreds of roles, but the actor never loses himself in any particular role. The most beautiful example, therefore, you see, play through life. That is why, how nicely this is known as, the entire existence is known as the Leela. Leela, a play, a game of the Absolute. The whole thing is a huge game. Leela. And Leela Kaivalyam. In this Leela, the great drama of existence, there is always absolute freedom with yourself. You are always free. Be free. Play the role of bound one. How nice it is. It's just like the father, mother playing with the children, grandfather, grandmother playing with the children, and the grandchildren, 2-year-olds say, Papa, or Tata, Mummy, or Pati, grandmother, grandpapa, father or mother, oh, you be the horse, you be the donkey. Does any grandfather, grandmother, father or mother will say, what are you talking? Don't be stupid. I'm not a donkey. I'm a human being. Do you do that to your children? The moment he says, Papa, donkey, already on the floor. Why? The child is enjoying. Ask him, hey, come on, put him on the top. So they put on the top, go there, cannot go. Then the fellow will be hitting you like, if you feel comfortable also. Why? Playing the game. When you choose to, when you play, you are just playing as though you are crying. Come here now. You ask the baby, come here now. You're not going, okay, you cry. The baby comes immediately, pulls your hand out, and how do you feel? Do you feel tired after that 2 minutes of crying? Do you feel tired? Oh, I'm exhausted, I'm crying. When you pretend to cry, you are not exhausted. When you are really crying, in 1 minute you are exhausted. These actors, they put that karpura, that camphor in their eyes and they cry. They have to play the role of a crying person. So they put little camphor and go to the stage. So they will crying roll down. Everybody will be impressed. My God, how can he cry like that? But when he comes back, does he continue to cry? Hey, what is this nonsense? Hey, how was that? That's what it is. Can you play act through life? Ishvara. Vimuktameva, free. Okay, having told this, read next. Brahmadi stamba pariyanta mrusha gatra upadhayah atah purnam samatmanam pasyedekatmana sthitam. Brahmadi stamba pariyanta mrusha gatra upadhayah tata purnam samatmanam Pasyedekatmana sthitam. So sweet, Brahmadi stamba paryantam. Beginning from the most conscious entity, Brahma, the creator, not Brahman. Understand the difference. Brahman, all-pervasive consciousness. Brahma is the creator. Okay, so here it is. Brahmadi Stambha. Brahma is the creator. So the most conscious of the entities, the deity is the creator, until the unconscious, Stambha Pariyandam, Stambha, a pillar, a post, unconscious. So beginning from the unconscious post to most conscious, in a sense Brahma, the all-knowing, between all these are Upadhaya Mrushagatra. These are the Upadhis. Mrushagatra. Gatra means Deha. Mrushagatra Mithya Deha. Meaning, these are the continuously changing Upadhis. Look at your own body, you will understand it, no? Your body, in what shape it was when you were born as a child? So kuti, so small, 6 kilos, 6 kilos, 6 kilos, 3 kilos, 3 kilos, 2, 3 kilos, you are born, 3, 4 kilos weight, small hand, small finger. Other day I was looking at a baby, could not believe, so kuti finger, so small finger, so fragile, difficult to even afraid to hold that one. By chance falls na, like a toy, it will break. So small. And then how you are now? 10-year-old, 15-year-old, 25, 35, oh boy. 200 kilo, 300 kilo, 6 feet 5 inches, 400, what type of body? Then, same fellow. The fastest runner of the world. Old age, can't go 1 foot, paralyzed. Think. The wrestler can't wrestle with time. You can wrestle with another wrestler. Wrestle with time. Time inevitably knocks down everybody, right? The ultimate winner. The time is the ultimate winner. It shoots down the shooter, puts everybody on the mat. The ultimate wrestler puts everybody on the mat effortlessly. Doesn't do anything, just ease and you are finished. Look at that. Look at the beauty of time. The time is not consuming us. The time is, and we are consumed. Kala kridati gacchati ayuhu. So beautiful line. Shankara's mind is, two minds I envy. Envy means I admire. One is Shankara, other is Kalidasa. These two minds, if you have, Kalidasa is so creative. So creative. No other author can come anywhere near it. God's grace, I have some insight into English literature, other literature, translations here in different way. I can go through Sanskrit. I am telling you, nobody come anywhere near Kalidas. Forget comparison. They say Kalidas is Shakespeare of India. I mean, it's such a stupid statement. You may say Kalidas Shakespeare is no Kalidas of Europe. Because there is nothing. In comparison, don't say there is nothing. Somebody writes something. But Kalidas's writing, there is a Sanskrit statement, it says, Meghe maghe gatam bayah. Meghe maghe gatam bayah. Bayah means age. The whole life is gone, spent in Meghe maghe. Meghe means Megaduta. In Megaduta and Magha. Magha's Kadambari. Magha writes these two great authors, between these one classic, Meghaduta of Kalidas and Magha's writing, whole life is finished. Why? Nothing else remains to be learnt. You cannot believe the emotions, descriptions, Upama Kalidasasya. The comparison that Kalidasa gives, Upama, examples, imagery, you cannot beat it. It's so fantastic. That's why to study Kalidasa itself, you can lose yourself like you're losing yourself in a sense object. That is why Kavya study also becomes a vyasana. They really warn you, don't go into Kalidas, because if you get into Kalidas, you shall be finished. You read Meghaduta, and if you really read it, you shall feel like marrying now. You should have an affair now. You should have a lover now. You should have a beloved now. Because it's so powerful description. Beautiful. In the first days of the rain, the cloud comes and how the person feels. If you read that description, you will go crazy. Oh my God, that you are missing out on so many things in life. Kalidasa, that is Kalidasa. Absolute, what brilliance of the mind. Same thing, Magha Kadamba. And Shankara is brilliant. All these stotram, mantras, these prakarana granthas, small books, big books, commentaries. What poetry, what poetry. And it's not simple poetry. In every one of it, there is vision of the absolute. Other people write poems, but the theme is not that grand. Epic theme. Epic thing means what? They will write about a king, Homer, is Iliad, Odyssey and all this stuff. Their kings are talked about. In case of this literature in Sanskrit, they talk about the kings, but the message is of the infinite and absolute. You are free here and now. That is the difference between other literature and this literature. Shakespeare will write about human emotions, but there is no chance for describing freedom absolute, because in that culture it doesn't exist. In Kalidasa's poems, if you read Kalidasa's poems, not only you shall come across the cross-sections of the emotions, but also the absolute freedom. That is why Vedanta, Upanishads are there in Kalidasa's writing. When you read Kalidasa's writing, description of different kinds. I'll give you one sample. It talks about Raghu, the Rama's dynasty, Raghu. How is the Raghu? How is the king? How was the dynasty? He said they were like Shaishave Adhita Vidyanam. Just see, only one example you shall see. The lifestyle of the king of that dynasty. What is that? It's a message for the humanity. How the life is? Shaishave Adhita Vidyanam. In the childhood, they study. Every child should study. Yauvane Vishayishinam. When you are young, you go for the legitimate pleasures of life. They go for the legitimate pleasures of life. Yauvane Vishayishinam. Vardhakye Munivrittinam. When you are Vardhakya, old age is coming, you are going into a retirement life, Munivritti, a reflected life, where you reflect on the realities of life. And lastly, Yogena antes tanutyajam. At the end, you give up the body by yoga, being with yourself. Body does not give you up. This line you will not find in any tradition. Are you getting that? Everybody say you will be a child, you should study, you should be nice, then die. But the subtle difference in that death is Yogena antes tanutyajam, by yoga, by the wisdom. Ante, at the end of it, tanustyajam. You give up the body. There is a difference between your giving up the body and body giving you up. For most people, body gives them up. That is why everybody is afraid. Whereas he says they were studying as children, enjoying as youth, reflecting as old people, ultimately giving up their body, being with the Absolute. That line where will you get? That vision. Absolutely wonderful. Anyway, sometimes read first all these things, then go into the scriptures, go into those books also. Very beautiful. Kalidasa is one thing. Oh, the more you read, why you should read this literature in any language, whether it is your mother tongue, native tongue, other language. You must read the great literatures of the world, because then you can understand what type of mind people can have. Or else it will be like a Kupa Manduga, a frog in the well and thinking no end of yourself. Oh, I have read Tattvabodh. So, it's good Tattvabodh, nothing wrong in that. Be with yourself, but also know about the other things of the world. Or else you'll be... Other day one sadhu, he was coming, he was telling, all these poems are all useless. I said, what? He was naming some poems in English, other literature and everywhere. Because, silly, arrogant attitude. That no other poems are good except only the verses in Gita or Upanishad. What are you talking? If you have a vision, understand. Please appreciate. Why am I telling you? Because don't be a moron in the name of scriptures. If you have a vision, even in the most ordinary poems, you shall see the touch of the Absolute. In English, there is a poem. Everybody knows that line. Very famous line. I am the monarch of all I survey. My right is there, none to dispute. This is the poem of Alexander Selkirk. The poem where he writes, I am the monarch of all I survey, my right is there, none to dispute. A person who has exposed to little Vedanta suddenly shall say, hey, look, he is talking Vedanta only, because he is the monarch of all he surveys and there is nobody else to fight his thing. No. That man did not have this vision. He was describing about a person who is stranded in an island. In an island, the person sits down and he is talking. I am the monarch of all I survey. I am the king of this island. My right there is not to dispute because there is nobody other than me. So don't put such lofty ideals into this. That is why, by chance you say, Aham drashta, Shivoham. It will come later on. I am everything, Anandam, Nirvikalpam, I am everything. Oh, this man also is telling something. What is that? When he was talking about that, he was not talking about the Absolute. The language is same. But the circumstances is not same. Are you getting that? Description is not same. He was talking about this. There is a man stranded on the island and he thinks there is nobody other than him. Okay. Some people, they'll take, in Upanishads, all these statements are there. And when you see the truth for yourself, you can use that little language which was limited, but you can give it a limitless dimension. Because even in ordinary poems also, you can see the Absolute. When a Hindi song, romantic song, the lover is singing for the beloved. Ye jo tu na mila, sare duniya mile to hai. Very simple language. You are not there. The lover is singing for the beloved. You are not there, but the whole world is there. So what? If you listen to this song, what shall you say? Romantic nonsense. No, that is the message of the Absolute. Oh Lord, the whole universe is here. You are not there. The whole universe is existing. Truth is not revealed in my life. I am empty. Same language. You can see, are you getting that point? This is the beauty of this knowledge. If you see the truth, you can see truth everywhere. That is why you shall say, oh, every book says so, say same thing. No, that don't take it too far. That every book says the same thing. No, they don't see the same thing. They don't say the same thing. You see the same thing because you see the truth in yourself. So you see the truth everywhere. But every book does not speak the truth. Are you getting that point, please? Oh, all the religions speak the truth. No. All the religions do not speak the same truth. Because their concepts vary. They don't talk about same God. They don't talk about the same truth. That is too much of generalization. And the people who are smart nowadays, suppose you tell them Vedantic truth, they say, oh, this book also, this religious book also say the same thing. That is the silliest of nonsense. It is like telling somebody taking a credit for nothing. It's like, one day there are 3 fellows, one American, one Russian, and Indian. Story, joke. All the 3 technologically advanced. Those days India was not that technologically advanced. That joke is my college days joke. So 20 years back. But Americans are technologically advanced, Russians are advanced, they have gone to moon, So there is a competition. Who can produce the best, subtlest of the things? High tech. So the Russians produced a very, very thin steel tube. Very thin steel. Absolutely pure steel, thin. Very difficult to produce, but they produced. Technologically advanced. Improve upon it. They asked the Americans. Now, Americans managed to put a hole through that steel tube. Already that is thin, but they managed to put a hole through that thin. That means what? They are really technologically very, very advanced. Then they gave it Indian. Improve upon it. In 5 minutes he comes back. Take it. What? Made in India, stamp. Stamped it, made in India. Right? Now you go to the subtlety of the subtle. Brahman, Atman, consciousness, myself, absolute happiness, truth, reality. All the descriptions, when you say you are the absolute consciousness, now there is, as one theology says, oh, we say the God is inside you. We also say this is like making made in India. There is no descriptions of gross body, subtle body, causal body, waking state, dream state, deep sleep state, mano, buddhi, chittam, ahankar, mind, intellect. None of these descriptions. Ignorance. None of these things. But the final statement, when you say you are the absolute, yes, we also say God is inside you. One solitary statement is like made in India. This religion says the same thing, that religion, nonsense. It is not. Don't try to deceive yourself. It is a beautiful human tradition. Suppose this book says, only this is only Hindu, only Indian, then you start say this book is nonsense. It doesn't say that. Anybody can listen to this, anybody can understand these things, be yourself. How beautiful he writes, Brahmadi stamba paryantam mrushagatra. Beginning from Brahma's body, the most conscious entity, the creator himself, to stone, a pillar. Mrushagatra. All these different little upadhis bodies are mrusha, mithya, continuously changing. Your own body is also mrusha, because which body is yours? Childhood body? Youth body is you? Adult body is you? Old body is you? Ultimately body gives you up. The body goes away, falls dead. Abba. Tataha purnam swamatmanam pasyet. Tataha purnam. Other than these upadhis, purnam swam atmanam pasyet. May you see yourself which is Purnam, full and complete. Ekatmana sthitam. So you are the only one, the consciousness, Brahman, the absolute? No, ekatmana sthitam. It remains, exists, abides as the truth of everything in this universe. If Brahma, you ask, who are you? Brahma shall say, I am Brahma, the creator. If you ask this fellow on the street, Ram, hey, who are you? I am Ram. Same I. One and the same. One with a big upadhi, other with a small upadhi. It's like the king shall say, I am the king, and the villager shall say, I am the villager. You remember the example in this text? Rajyam narendrasya bhatasya khetaka tayorapohe narajana bhatta. Beautiful. Rajyam narendrasya bhatasya khetaka. The king says, I am the king. I, king, the whole kingdom. I am the owner of the village, Bhattar. The same I with the village. Remove the village, remove the kingdom, I one and the same. Same thing also rolls. All one and the same alone. There is nothing other than it. Okay? Person sees it. Pitam tad viveke. Tattan matram naiva tasmad vivinnam. Bhranter nashevati drushta hi tattvam. Rajjustadvad vishwamatma swarupam. Yatra bhrantya kalvitam tad viveke. Tattan matram naiva tasmad vivinnam. Bhranter nashevati drushta hi tattvam. Rajjustadvad vishwamatma swarupam. Very nice, this is example. Yatra bhrantya kalpitam tad viveke tattan matram naiva tasmad vivinnam. Like Rajjus sarpavat. Simple thing. Wherever by mistake you see something, there is something called adhisthana, a substratum. You are walking on the road, middle of the night. Suddenly you freeze because you discover that somebody is standing at a distance. Now you freeze. Oh God, ghost. You think somebody is standing and also is shaking. Already your heart is palpitating, and because already there is a ghost in your head and you see somebody standing on there. Then you don't know what to do. So you are standing, you can't even go back and front because you are already afraid. So frightened, you can't go in the front because that fellow is standing. You can't go back also, suppose he follows you. You are frozen. Then this is the time another person starts coming and he is simply walking, not knowing anything. Then you thought as though you are standing like that, you also followed him because now you are strong, the second fellow is there. As you are going, you naturally start looking at it. What is that? Because now this man doesn't know, he is not afraid or anything, he is simply going, you go there. Then you stand there because that man is also there, so you stand there. Then you say, it's just a stump of a tree. How do you feel? How do you feel? Wise, right? You feel so stupid. Pooh. Eh? You feel really stupid. Why? So who created the ghost? Who created the ghost? Who? God. God made you misery, right? God made you miserable, no? Who created the ghost? You, right? Because you saw something which is not there. In the object, there is no pain or pleasure. If you are seeing pain or pleasure, who is creating it? You or God? Can you take your responsibility? You will be a fantastic person. Who created? Just ask that question. There was a rope. And it is a rope, always a rope. The rope is not going to be snake for a change. If you see a snake and you start perspiring, shaking, trembling, who creating that snake? God. Huh? Destiny. Karma. People around. Nobody. Your own projection. Do you understand the point, please? All the time you suffer because of your own projection. Body has no sense of I. Listen to that example. Beauty. Body has no sense of I. If I say I am the body, who created that? God. Huh? Destiny? No, please, do you understand that? It's an amazing point. The God is most innocent, blamed maximum. The creation is most innocent, condemned maximum. Why? Because the human being doesn't want to take his own responsibility. Why God created this? Oh, you should not have been here. That's the best thing. You're such an idiot you are. Please understand. Every projection, who creates? You create. So on the post, on that stump, if you see the ghost, then you are frightening. You are now frightened. Now when you see the post, what happens? Where is the ghost now? Gone. But in and through the ghost, the post was there. When you are looking at the ghost, in that ghost also, post is already existing. In the ghost, listen, in the post, there is no ghost. But in and through the ghost, there is post. In the snake, the rope is in and through. But in the rope, there is no snake. Are you getting that? In you, no body, no mind, no thought, no nothing. But in and through the body, thought, and everything, you are there, inherent. Consciousness is everywhere. But only thing, there are two types of projection. One is akase, navase, nilata, divat. The blueness in the sky, did you create? It's already there. And even when you know it is not blue, does it go disappear? Even you know it is not there, it is still appears to be. Just like steadiness of the earth. Earth is moving or steady? Huh? Moving. If you tell it to Changan, go and tell it to Changan. If the boy who is watering your plant, go and tell him, you know this earth is moving. He will come and quietly tell me, Swamiji, something has gone wrong with your brahmacharis. Why? He says the earth is moving, you know. He will come quietly report against you that you have gone nuts. Pooh. Suddenly he says the earth is moving. What do you do, Swamiji? True. Now what shall I tell now? Hey, don't worry whether the earth is moving or not moving, you move. You do something, you do. You go and do something, whatever you want to do. Are you getting that? You know earth is moving, but still, in spite of your knowing earth is moving, earth is steady. Same thing also. This is one imposition like that, adhyas, where even after I know I am the immobile, infinity, all-pervasive, body continues. Sense organs continue. But previously, I was taking myself to be the body. No more I take the body to be myself. But I am playing the role through the body, mind, thought, creation, everything. Why is it so? Because Brahmadi Musamatra Upadaya Tataha Purnam Samatmanam. In and through that, there is Atma, Purnam, Chaitanyam, consciousness. Who is Bhrantya Kalpitam. In all these things, Bhrantya Kalpitam. If it is appearing because of your Bhranti, delusion, Tad Viveke, when you do the discrimination, when you start analyzing, Tat Tat Matram, only the reality will survive. Projections will disappear. If because of your delusion, you see the snake on the rope, when you do the investigation, only rope will survive, the snake will disappear, because the snake is projection. Same way. Because of your ignorance, you take yourself to be the body, take yourself to be the sense organ, take yourself to be the thoughts, take yourself to be the I thought. When you do the investigation, ultimately you only survive. No more the body is dragged onto yourself. Body continues, but you don't drag it onto yourself. The thought continues, but you don't drag it onto yourself. You use the body, use the thought, use everything. Therefore, you are a free person. Tat tat, only that existing. Na tasmat vivinnam. Because whatever is projected is not different from the something on which it is projected. Like the ghost projected on the post, the ghost is not different from the post. If the snake is projected on the rope is not different, the snake is not different from the rope, meaning only the truth survives, projections disappear. Same thing, bhrante nase bhati drushta hitatvam tadvat vishwam sarvam. Vishwam means sarvam atmaswarupam. Tadvat, this Vishwa, the whole universe, creation, an appearance over the consciousness. Because when you start analyzing the nature of the appearance, suddenly it disappears. Because how does it happen? Because I was taking myself to the body. I and body was one and the same. Suddenly I discover I cannot have the locus, the standing on the body, because body is body. Body does not say it is me. I say I am the body. So who is this I? Sense organ? Sense organs have no sense of I. I say I am the sense organ. I see, I hear, I taste. Then I say thought is the I. The thought have no sense of I. So who is this I? Even the I thought has no sense of being. I say I am the I thought. So who is the meaning of this word? What is the meaning of this word I? The self, the consciousness. When you see the absolute, then you know, in and through all these, only one thing was existing, is existing, shall continue to exist. That is why in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna so beautiful says, Natvevaham jatunasam, Natvam neme janadipa, Nachayivana bhavishyama, sarve vayamataparam. Hey Arjuna, there was never a time when I was not, you were not, all these kings were not. Nor shall there be a time when I shall not be, you shall not be, they shall not be. Meaning, I was, I am, I will be, you were, you are, you will be. They were, they are, they will be. I, you, they, he. Everything one and the same pure consciousness. Physically, somebody faster, somebody later. Somebody existing, somebody was existing, is existing, shall exist. But truth-wise, we are all one and the same iti reality. Okay? I mean, that is so. See that. Therefore, once you see this, look, this language, whichever religion or theology you shall bring this line, please read this line. Swayam Brahma Swayam Vishnu Mahadeva Swayam Indra Swayam Shiva Swayam Vishwamidam Sarvam Sasmad Anyatna Kinchana Swayam Brahma Swayam Vishnu Swayam Indra Swayam Shiva Swayam Vishwamidam Sarvam Swasmad Anyatna Kinchana. What a language, huh? How beautiful. The ultimate celebration of the wisdom. Underline that one. So good. Swayam Brahma, yourself, myself is Brahma. Swayam Vishnu, I am Brahma, I am Vishnu, I am Indra, I am Shiva. Swaya Vishwamidam Sarvam, I am indeed everything in this universe. Sasmad Anyat Nakinchana. There is nothing other than me. Where you get this language, tell me? I am the universe. I am the creator. I am the creation. Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, Indra, whatever you say, that indeed is I. Meaning the same truth, consciousness. When you say I am the king, listen carefully. The similarity between king and me is the same human being. The king with the kingdom, I am with the small place. But similarity is in the absolute. Same thing also. When you see this, what is your dimension? You are no more stuck on this tiny little body. Yet, you are so grateful for this tiny little body. Because without this tiny little body, you will not understand the infinite dimension of yours. You understand how body becomes a great blessing? Body is a great blessing because the moment you see it for yourself as to who you are, suddenly you are grateful because without this body, I will never understand it. Without this brush with mortality, I will never understand the immortality that I am. It is like you maybe started your school studies under a tree, continued your college studies under the street light. In your graduation you passed and you get into central services, you are in the top job. You are in the top job. Like in the Indian wrestler. You know Indian wrestler story who got the bronze prize in Olympic bronze? Comes from a village. One of the 5 to 6 children, the father cannot give him even milk to drink. So they had a cow, so the whole family will not drink and give it to him. Sacrifice. Because other countries, sportsmen are taken care like the babies of the government. So much facilities. Here you do the everything for yourself. If you win, everybody is Indian. If you don't win, you are buried. But if you win, suddenly the whole country takes the credit. Oh, Indian, Oh, I see. What did you do? We should be ashamed that when the person was struggling, you were not there. But when he is winning, oh, Indian, I see. How silly we are. And he was getting training with a teacher who himself also is poor. And they were staying in a room, 7, 8 of them. Imagine these wrestlers, how big they are. 6 beds in one room, all of them sleeping on a bed. What type of bed it will be? These fellows are so big, big one. Yesterday in the paper it came. I couldn't believe it. But the moment he got the bronze now, will he look down upon that past? What shall he say? Because of that only today I own this. If you make it in your life, your adversities, misfortune appear to be a blessing. When you cannot make something in life, you go on blaming everybody. Are you getting that? When you do same way, the moment you see yourself, I am the immortal absolute, now you discover, what a body it was, thank body. Good that you are dying, good that you brought me so much misery, because of which I came to this knowledge. One person, one day, after attending a few years classes, he was so happy, so grateful, comes and says, Swamiji, thank you so much. Today I can tell you, my husband died in a plane crash. Today I consider I am a blessed, because had he not died in the plane crash, I would not have come to you. Can you believe? Suddenly a curse appears to be a blessing. Why? Because if I am blessed, when I discover that what a blessing it is to be myself, what a blessing it is to be me, then everything that I have played in my life is excellent. Why? Because those were the necessary steps for me to come to this, to be with myself. Therefore, everything is a blessing. Brahma, Swayam Vishnu, Swayam Indra, Swayam Shivaha. Brahma, Vishnu, Indra, Shiva, macrocosm, all. Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. What is that? All pervasive. He is the total body. Understand the standpoint there. The drop, listen, the drop who understands that it is water, and his water is everywhere, and that water is everywhere is ocean. Can the drop not say, ocean is here? Huh? I am the ocean. Poetry. This much is not ocean, but I am also ocean. Like you say, I am also Indian. What is it? Means you are part of India, no? I am also India, I am India. Why? Now suppose the person who won the bronze medal or gold medal, if you do anything to him, suddenly the whole country will rise against it. Why? India is disrespected, not man. Huh? So if he says, I am India, is there anything wrong? For the time being, understand. For the time being. Same way, if Ishvara is everywhere, there is nothing other than Shiva. There is nothing other than Vishnu. There is nothing other than Brahma. Meaning there is nothing other than the God, the truth. So what shall I say? I am Shiva. If Shiva is here, so I am Shiva. I am Brahma. I am Indra. I am the ocean. But you know, who is the ocean? In me there is water, that water is ocean. In me there is consciousness, that consciousness is Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. Okay? So physically, when you look at it, it is part of the creation. From the standpoint of yourself, when you look at it, the whole creation is in you. Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. What a standpoint, huh? Which one is better? You take whichever one you like. That is why you can play the game. Sometimes you are dasasya, 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 dasoham, dualist. I am a dasa, he is the master, I am the slave. Devotion, bhakti, dualism. Sometimes he is amsa, he is the amsi, I am the amsa. He is totality, I am a part of it, Vishishtadvaita. Fine. Or Tvamevaham, I am yourself, Advaita, absolute. Which one is good? Take it whichever you like, whenever you like. Sometimes in a mood of devotion, dasasya, dasasya, dasasya. Sometimes mood of surrender. Sometimes, absolute. Which one? Everything is good. Are you getting that? When you love somebody, is there one particular mood? Love means only patting. Or love means only hitting. Is it like that? Love means only giving. It isn't like that. When you are in love, anything goes. Anything goes. Vada poda to please come, please go. Come here. I mean, with disrespect you can talk. With love there can be sheer disrespect. In love also there can be absolute respect. When somebody, who are in love with somebody, when he disrespectfully calls you, do you feel bad? You feel good because terms of endearment. Hey, you rogue, come here. You feel, oof. Why? The fellow calls me rogue, you know. Hey, you stupid, come here. With love. And there is no love. Oh, emperor, please come here. Emperor. There is no love and affection. Eh? Somebody calls you, oh, emperor, come here. What emperor? Ishvara. See this from all dimensions. Okay. So, Swayam Vishwamidam Sarvam Sasmad Anyatra Kinchan. There is nothing other than myself. The same consciousness everywhere. Anta swayam chapi bahi swayam cha swayam purastat swayameva paschat swayam hyavachyam swayamapyudicyam Tatho parishtat swayamapyadhastad tarangapena brahmabudbudadi sarvam swarupena jalam yatha tatha Chideva dehyadyamanantametat Sarvam chidevaikarasam vishuddham Antaswayam chapi bahi swayam cha Swayam purastat swayameva paschat Swayam hyavachyam swayamapyudicyam Tatho parishtat swayamapyadhastad Tarangapena brahmabudbudadi Sarvam sarupena jalam yatha tatha Chideva dehyadyamantametat Sarvam chidevaikarasam vishuddham Celebration of wisdom. Antaswayam chapi bahiswayam cha. So swayam Brahma, swayam Vishnu, swayam Shiva, swayam Vishwam, Sarvam, Sasmadanyana Kinchana. There is nothing that other than me. And what is that me? Swayam Antascha bahicha purastat paschat avachyam udichyam. I am everywhere. Antascha Bahischa. I am within, without. That is why first thing that you understand is the meaning of the word I. Aham pratyaya gochara. That which is meaning of the word I. When you see that the meaning of the word I is not this body or the world or the creation or sansargan thoughts, but what it is, a nameless being, your existence, that is something. Where is it? Antas sarvam, antas swayam chapi, bahiswayam cha. So it is inside, outside. From the standpoint of the body, inside, outside. From its own standpoint, no anta, no bahi. Anta sunyam, bahi sunyam. Neither inside nor outside. Antapurnam, bahipurnam. Full inside, full outside. Call it fullness, emptiness, whatever you call it. Only one thing. Purastat paschat. It is ahead of me, behind me. From the standpoint of the body, all this description. Inside, outside, in front of me, behind me, left side, right side, north side, south side, east side, west side, east, west, north, south, all from the standpoint of the body. But from the stand of myself, swayam, antas, bahi, within, without. Outside, inside, south, north, east, west, up and down. Uparistat, adhastat. That which is in the heavens as well as patahala. The down below. In reality, there is no up and down in space, no. You think you are looking at the sky, right? Just, have you ever imagined this? Do you know, if you make a hole here, where will you reach? Hawaii. This is earth, no? It's a solid thing. Suppose India is here, just below that is Hawaii. Just something like that, American continent. The whole world, if you see, round. So suppose you make a hole in India. You make a hole. Now you are driving like this and reaching, no? And flying. You are flying there and reaching. Now you make a hole. A tunnel to the other part of the world. Just imagine, when you make a tunnel to the other part of the world, when you come out there, how will you be standing? You stood like this. You stood like this, right? And you go through that tunnel. When you fall off, how will you stand? Upside down. So in Hawaii now, from our standpoint, they are standing upside down and looking at the sky. Do you understand? So are you standing in there? You are standing on right or they are standing right? You think you are standing straight, but they are standing upside down, right? Because in space, they are also looking up. Huh? We are looking up. They are also thinking they are looking up. They don't think they are looking down. They are thinking they are also looking up to the sky. They are standing like this, but they are looking up to the sky. You are standing like here, like this, you are standing looking. So from their standpoint, you will be standing like this, upside down. If you stand upside down, how can you look up to the sky? This is delusions. You understand? Beautiful illusions. In which scriptures all these things discussed? Tell me. There are so many scriptures in the world. Most of the scriptures are God-oriented. God talk. This God did this, that God did, believe in this God, believe in one, don't believe in that God, He'll kill you, He'll shoot you, He'll destroy you. Angry, He will freeze you or burn you. Nonsense. All God talk, God talk, God talk. Scriptures means God talk. That is why religious people become so fanatic in the name of the God. Here it is not God talk. Here you understand about yourself. Then you see the macrocosm. Like a like a drop is told about his nature of water. He is not tell the ocean. And once he understands the water, then he talk to him about the ocean. So first you don't make a God talk to the people. First you make him to understand himself. Once he understands himself, where is that self? Everywhere. So with one body, if it is Jiva, the totality with the total universe is Ishvara. So where is God? In and through everything. That is why the word God in English, you can't use it in this context. Because word God is associated with a name, a form somewhere. God in heaven created the earth. So earth is not getting that. It is not God in heaven created the earth. So earth is different from God in heaven. So the man is supreme and man should eat everybody. What is this? Because it is meant for man, you see. So you assume that you are a superior species and kill everybody else. What nonsense. Not only kill everybody else, the person who believes in that also is superior to everybody else. What a waste. How pathetic. It's not, understand, it's not a joke. Huh? How pathetic it is. The person with a limited sense of perception considers himself the supreme most and wants to impose that value on everybody. Imagine how destructive it is. See yourself. Ahameva sarvam. I am everything. So all these things in relation to the physical body. But in reality, understand, in reality, there is only consciousness everywhere. Like Taranga, that example I was telling you now is the same. Taranga, Phena, Budbudadi, Brahma. These appearances, Taranga, waves, Phena, foam, Budbudadi, bubbles. What are they? Water. Appearances of foam, waves, bubbles, Swayam Swarupena Jalam Yatha Tatha. Swarupena Swayam Jalam. In reality, bubble is water, foam is water, wave is water, everything is water. Ocean is water. Exactly the same way, Chideva Dehadi Ahamanyametat. Dehadi, beginning from body, sense organs, thoughts, I thought, that nothing but Chideva, only one consciousness. Sad sarvam Chidekarasam Visuddham. Everything Chidekarasam Visuddham. Nothing but pure consciousness. Water is wave, water is bubble, water is foam, water is ocean. In ocean, wave, bubble, foam, everything existing. Consciousness is body, consciousness is sense organ, consciousness is I thought, consciousness is Jiva. The same consciousness is Ishvara, all pervasive, which is all names, all bodies, all forms, all everything. That Ishvara includes my body. He is all inclusive. Like ocean is all inclusive. Ocean cannot say, bubble. I can't. I'm ocean. How can I take a bubble with me? Huh? The bubble cannot take pride that I am the ocean. But the ocean has the bubble in it. Bubble can see the water in it and can feel the presence of ocean in it. As a mightily roaring vastness here also. But this little bubble by itself is not ocean. So you are divine. In you the divinity. You are all pervasive. You are Ishvara. Swayam Brahma, Swayam Vishnu, Swayam Shiva, Swayam Indra, Swayam Eva. Purnam, everything is Vishwam. Na swasmatna anyat kinchanasti. There is nothing other than it. You see that. Now when you see, and after getting all this idea, then you go there and fight. This much sambar only. Can you fight? Or this much this only. This becomes insignificant. Other thing becomes insignificant. Because you are always on the high. But at the same time, does not mean impractical. Huh? Oh, I am the Shiva, I am the Brahma, I am the Vishnu. Winter, if you don't give me a blanket also, I can lie down because I am Brahma, I am Vishnu. Those fellows become pure foo, nuts. Your being Brahman, all-pervasive, immortality has nothing to do with the winter cold. The winter, it is freezing. The body needs a cover. So don't try to show off you are Brahma, you are Vishnu, and you are the creation. You are the creation, but the body needs the blanket. Like that very practical Nambudri in Kerala. He was a great poet. He was a great poet. The king wants to listen to his poetry, but this fellow is starving. And when you are a poet, creative artist, you are usually with a tremendous sense of self-esteem. So you don't want to ask people, say, I have no food, give me some food. Because you are such a great poet, creative artist. So you, at the same time, you can't show your helplessness, so he can't say anything. So the king says, please come. And you write, on this, the temple, there is a Deepastambam. There is that flag post, where the lamp post, where the lamp is put on a tall one. Very tall, gilded, very majestic. The king has put it, so he wants a poem to be written on that. So the fellow comes, he asks, so, write something on this. He says, Maharaj, Deepastambam Mahaschariyam Yenakukkitinam Panam. He says, Maharaj, the Deepastambam is absolutely wonderful, but what I want is money. I want some food. Practical fellow. That can be gilded or diamonded. Huh? It makes no difference to me. I am hungry. Same way, your vision is Swayam Brahma, Swayam Vishnu, Swayam Indra, Swayam Shiva, Swayam Vishwam, Swasmat Anyana Kichana. There is nothing other than me. Winter, blanket. Hunger, food. What food? Any food. You are not mad after food, but you must have the food. Are you getting that? Do you understand? You are not mad after food, but you must have the food for sustenance. You are not mad after clothes, but you need the clothes for protection. You are not mad after anything, but you need everything for your sustenance. That is why I told you, for your happiness, you don't need anything. For your sustenance, you need whatever you feel like. But let not that create problem for you. For your sustenance, few things are needed. But don't make an issue out of it. Nothing creates a problem. That is why you are a person, your presence nobody feels. Jale jalam, taile tailam. Like a water in the water, oil in the oil. You move about. Nobody feels your presence. A beautiful person you are. Okay? All pervasive. Sarvam chidekarasam vishuddham. Everything is nothing but pure consciousness. Just read the one, we shall see later on. Sadevedam sarvam jagadavagatam vang manasayo sato nyat nastyeva prakruti parasimni sthitavatah पृथक Kimrusnayaha Kalasagata Kumbhadya Bhagatam Vadatyesha Vrantaha Tvamahamahamithi Maya Madiraya Sadevedam Sarvam Jagadavagatam Vang Manasayo Sato Nyat Nastyeva Prakriti Parasimni Sthitavataha Pruthak Kim Rusnayaha Kalasaghata Kumbhadya Bhagatam Vadatyesha Vrantaha Tvamahamiti Maya Madiraya. We'll see it later on. Huh? It's a beautiful verse. I don't want to touch it. We'll do it later on. Okay? So sweet. Absolutely glorious. It says, as even all the pots, can you say they are different from the pot? In the same way, Tvam, Aham, I, you, this, that. It's not different from the absolute. And if somebody says the difference, it is because this Vranta, drunk, Maya Madiraya, drunk with the wine, alcohol of ignorance. The person talks about the divisions of various kinds. But in reality, it is one indivisible consciousness. Close your eyes.